Hi everyone, I'm Gigi and this is Color Me Happy, day number 18. Oh wow, we're getting really down there. Hey Linda, Nancy, and welcome everyone. Um, oh, there's Barb. Hello. Here I am trying to use my mouse to cancel things out on my phone. Welcome everyone, and today I spent the afternoon with one of my stamp clubs on Zoom, and we put together the Looking Up kit, which is kind of fun. We start talking about things. Hey, Chris and Lori um, and Diana. But my group, they're a great group. And actually, I've got several groups that we meet online, and because we have no idea when we'll be able to get together again. But now my groups have grown to people who are outside of the state, which is really kind of exciting. Hi, Norma. And it's also exciting that I see so many of you from outside of Massachusetts as well on these little Zooms that I'm doing. But at any rate, today we did the Looking Up kit, and I don't know if you have seen it. It's in the catalog, the annual catalog, and I have to remember which way I have to turn because it's backwards for me. But there you go. And we put it together, and it was kind of fun and easy. And we talked a little bit about what works and what doesn't work. And if you haven't gotten the kit before, hi Wanda, it's something that you might want to check out. And of course, now is a great time to do it because, of course, anything that you spend during this time in the month, you get $5 back in August to spend, which is always a nice treat. And Paper Pumpkin. Today is the last day to order the Paper Pumpkin, so if you haven't ordered it yet, it might be something you'll want to think about. Tonight is the last night to order it. And then there's that add-on kit, so I'll be having some of those as well. Although I don't know how many of our groups have bought them. So that's something I have to check out. And I just realized I didn't set up our drawing, but I will do that when I'm sitting here getting things ready. All right, so let's get up and looking at the all-inclusive kit Looking Up. Now, that means that you get the stamp set with it. It also means you get the ink with it. It also means you get one of the blocks. You get one of the thick blocks like this with it. So all of these things come with, and I have a lot of the stamps here. You get 16 cards. You get, let me just see. I've made the cards for you. So you get, but we're going to go over some of them. You get the happy birthday card. I'm so very thankful for you card. Thanks so much. Congratulations and feel better soon. So all these things come with the kit, all these cards, and you get beautiful die cuts, which you do not have to use with the cards. I'm turning them around so you can see all of them. But so if you don't use them, I know that I did not use the palm trees on the last one. I tried the others, and I some I liked, some I didn't like. So the next time I come around, I might not use the raindrops. They were more, yeah. It's a wonderful kit. I have those, and I have an extra tree that I didn't use when we made them today. The cards bases that you get: the airplane, the palm trees, and then you get, I mean, this is beautiful. You're working on your gorgeous posy kit. Some of my Zoomers decided that they were going to order the gorgeous posy after I did the Zoom. I mean, I did the live the other night with it, and so we're going to be doing that next month. This is the cityscape, and balloons and raindrops. You get, let's see if I have one that I didn't touch. Yes. You get 3 of these pages of this copper foil. These are all sticky. One of the hints I'm going to give you right now. Fold this over and bend it over till these come up and pop up so that you don't have to make these move, or you don't have to try and peel them off from this center. You want to pop these up like this. Notice how I'm doing that? Because once you've popped these up, it will peel easily from this side, okay? And all of these very fine sections in here, they'll tear if you're not careful when you lift them. These are easy to pull, and as I said, it's these little fine things, and I'll show you how to when we do that. So you get these. You have, now I've used one of each, right? But you have all of these labels, and you have envelopes, and the envelopes coordinate with the cards, which is lovely. The tree, the raindrops, the palm tree. I think I have one more, the balloon. So, and they're gorgeous envelopes, and they also, yeah, they're just beautiful. So, that is what we're going to go over today, and I'm just going to put one of each together for you so that you can see how easy it is to put these together. I'm going to start with the airplane. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but when you are stamping with clear stamps, how many of you have ever had an issue where the stamp does not pick up the ink very well? So I often, before I get ready to stamp, I stamp off a couple of times, and sometimes I even clean the stamps before I use them to make them work. See how much better that is? It doesn't have the spots, and I'll even show you on, see how it doesn't come in clean? Here's one. See, the Feels Better Soon, it has that, it just isn't neat. So I'm going to first of all stamp the sentiment on this one, and all the instructions are like all of our kits are on the inside. They give you, here they are, directions plus, and these are so easy. It's dimensionals, and the copper is actually self-adhesive, and stamping onto the labels. Now it does give you in one of the tips here, and they have lots of tips here. You place the sticker on the card before you adhere the label. You can use the dimensionals or adhesive dots to adhere labels to the cards. Stamping dimensionals will raise the mud. But if you wanted to, you could use adhesive on the labels and then use the dimensionals. And the one where the dimensional really kind of stands out, it's here. This is that airplane. You see I put the second airplane right on top, so I have a dimensional there. Stamparatus. Yeah, the Stamparatus does make it easier, especially when you have a Stampin' Spot like this so that you don't get it all messed up. I found that it was not that difficult to do these labels. And I could do them on, but I just wanted to make sure I got a nice clear. But when you're using the Stamparatus, that's true, you can go over it several times. Sometimes, as I said, it's easier just to clean the stamp and stamp it off a couple of times, and it'll stamp much neater and smoother. Okay, that looks good. And then, so I'm going to stamp this first, just like that. And with everything, I do hold it down so that the ink takes time to absorb. The paper has to kind of accept the ink, and that'll smooth right out there. So there you go. And then the next thing we're doing with this is we're taking the ladder, this design here. I gotta move this up for you. I only need one card right here. All right, so we have the ladder, we have this, and I'm going to lay it down on this edge first because I find it's easier. So I'm going to even it up with the edge of the black and right there and put it down. And then I found that because you can use this kind of as a pivot, once you lay it down, the rest of it goes nice and easy. But I just put that edge down first. Then with the airplane die cut right here, I did like this airplane die cut here. So just pop that out. Put some dimensionals on it. Take these cards out of the way here. And you know what I did do? I put the large dimensionals here, and I had midi dimensionals from another kit sitting over on my stack, so I used that. Let's use this one here. So I put these here, so they hid there, and then I took two mini dimensionals and put them on the wheels. Just like that, okay? And that was enough. Take these off. One thing about the dimensionals in a kit, I don't know if you've noticed. Hey Jane, welcome. And then you just put this right over the original like that. Now with that up, I think I'll put this one flat so it doesn't compete with that coming out. So because I have stamp and seal, remember we were trying to use that technique, I'm going to put this right here in the corner like that, and we're done. And so that's what pops in this, and I think it's so simple, and it's done. And then the next one that we're going to do, I mean, these are just gorgeous cards. I love the watercolor effect in it. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. The next one we're going to do is the palm tree. I did not like the, that was just personally, I didn't like, where's my palm trees? Oh, there it is. There we go. I didn't like these so much, I told you. I think I will save the palm trees for another card. Let me just look. Here they are. They didn't exactly fit with the trees and or the color of the trees. They were a little different color, so I didn't like them as much. So I decided I would save these for another card. Maybe this weekend I'll use the extra die cuts for some different cards, which would be kind of fun. And some of the extra copper as well. Okay, so in this one, we used the diamond, just like this. And again, this one is not at the bottom, it's actually up a little bit. So again, I put this on the card at the edge. and I pivot it so that I can see that it looks straight before I put it down. And you can actually line it up with your, yeah, I didn't do so bad. There's the line there, there's the line there. Yeah, not bad at all. You can line it up with your lines on your grid paper, and that helps a little bit. And then for this one, we had the hexagon label. And so thankfully for you, so I'm going to put this one back. I have them all set up for you so that they're not. And I'm using the ink pad. Sometimes it's nice to have the little ink pad off to your side. But I'll tell you, in our Zoom today, one of our group, she couldn't get her computer to hear our sound. We could hear her, but she couldn't hear us. All right, so I'm just gonna stamp this right over here like this. Hold it for a minute. Let it all kind of absorb. I'm not pushing down that hard. I just want to make sure that it absorbs. There you go. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, because I'm not going to use the trees. Hey, Aria. Yay. Aria is my daughter, and she's now in an Airbnb in Tennessee, I think. And Karen, welcome from Australia. Did your daughter make it to Texas? No, she's in Tennessee, Debbie. She's on her way. She was in Pennsylvania last night and Tennessee tonight, and I think she's going to make it tomorrow. I think that's her plan. Is that correct, Mariana? You're going to make it tomorrow? And this will go about 2 in, just like that. Okay. And then, this is one of the things that's not in the card, but I thought was a really nice touch. So one of the things they give you is these birds. So I stamped off once, and then I just put it right here on the side. And I thought it gave you just a kind of a really lovely touch to this design. Very simple, but all of a sudden you see that in there. I love this watercolor background. It's so gorgeous. And there's card number 2. It just goes so quickly. So the next one we're going to do is the Feel Better Soon, the raindrops. Now this one, again, was another one. I really didn't like the raindrops in the 2-dimensional or using the die cuts very well. So I just let it be as it was. Now we're going to take off, which one did I use? This one here. All right. So I started with this one here, and I started lifting here. This is what I would suggest you do. Instead of trying to lift from the circle, I would lift from here. Once you've gotten one side off, the other side comes easily, and you're not tearing these little fine things here, which was one of the things we wanted to be very careful of when we started our design. Now, this one fit really nicely. Be careful, because if you get your finger stuck on it, it's going to want to stick with your finger. Just about here. And your nails will scratch this if you're not careful. And then I just, using the pad of my finger, just rub it down like that. Okay? And then we're going to take the circle. And this one is Hope You Feel Better Soon. So, oh yes, that would be excellent, Linda, to use the rain boots with this card. I think you're right. Um, and there's some extras of those too, I think, right? I can't remember. All right, so I'm tapping this out really well. But yeah, Linda, I like that idea. Sharing ideas is what this is all about. That soon really needs to get some more ink on it. All right, much better. Okay, and we're just gonna pop that. As long as I feel like it's centered, I don't have to worry about which way is right, because of course with the circle I can just turn it around. And I'm holding this right here like this. Oh, you're gonna make it to Texas on Sunday. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'm looking at my daughter's note. All right, so we've got that. And I like the dimensionals on this because it pops it away from the copper and gives the copper its own space. And because I'm not using the dots. And anytime I have a circle, I usually put the dimensionals on in a triangle. I always think that 4 is too many and 2 is not enough, obviously. So I think the triangle works best. And we're going to pop that on just like this. And it fits right over the circle. It's a little bit bigger than the circle. And just make sure your Feel Better Soon kind of goes online with that. And that is card number 3. As you can see, these go together very quickly. And then the next one we're going to do is, I want to save the balloon for last. So we're going to do the buildings next. Here's the cityscape. And for the cityscape, we're using the other, the diamond part of the dimensionals. And again, I would peel this off first. I would get these guys, and you have to make sure you're not peeling the the background that lets the sticky on there, because that'll come off too if you're not careful. Just let this pop up just like that. Do you see how I'm just popping that up? Just make sure that it's being shown. Yeah, just like that. And it peels off once you've got that section off. So once I've done that, this shape, and you have plenty of extras. You have lots of extras of these. This shape is the same shape as our punch. So you can use this for other things, which is really kind of nice. Just going to make sure I've got this at the right, yes. And then I'm just going to put this, I'm watching here to make sure that I've got this kind of lined up here and straightened up down, and then go like that. I think I went off a little bit. That's all right. And then I'm going to get the label for this one. This is the only one that doesn't have a print on the label. And for this one, it is the thank you so much. Or thanks so much. And hold that down. So how many of you have seen you are working under your, oh, I'm working under my host code. I'm so sorry. Thank you. There you go. I usually have a little thing down here, but I keep moving my paper down. I apologize. There. How's that? So this one went right there like that. I used dimensionals here for this. And for this one, I actually used mini dimensionals at the top. I didn't want to overload it with dimensionals, but this worked better. And I also used the bird stamp on this one. I thought it was pretty. Instead of putting the tree up, and this one is smaller so that the copper shows around it. And again, with the bird stamp, I stamped it off once and then did it right about there. So I thought that looked, added something to the skyline and gave it a little bit of, I just realized that's a little crooked, but that's okay. It's handmade. We go rogue. We do things handmade. Last one, the balloons. Now, with this one, I did use the die cuts. I thought that worked really pretty. And of course, you have to use the dimensionals not only for the die cuts, but for the label, because the label goes over one of the baskets. So the first thing I did was I did the green one first, the furthest one back, and it's also, if you don't do it in the right order, you won't get the coverage right. So green one first, then the peach, these dimensionals, they cut right through the bottom of the paper, so I'm struggling with, come on, there it is. And now these two don't affect each other as much as the pink one, because when you put the pink one on, you have to make sure that you don't put the dimensional in the space where the peach balloon is. So I'm still working in the right place, right? Okay, there, that's off. So I'm going to put the peach one next. Okay. Last one is this one. So put it down to make sure you're not going to put a dimensional here. You're going to put it on this side. So I kind of hold my finger there saying, okay, that's where that dimensional is going. So I've got it on the right side. I'm not going to put it at the top anywhere here, because this is here and this basket is here. So I'm going to put one in a little bit, but right here. And then one down by the basket, so that it doesn't show. But that way, when I put this down, it'll be over both this basket and that balloon. That's why you have to think about the order before you put it down. And make sure that, see, my dimensional is here, here, and there. And that holds that one up. And that's really pretty. Then we're going to get the last. And this is going on this side. And since it's going to cover some of this basket, it needs to also be on dimensionals. But this is our happy birthday one. And I know I'm down too far. Hang on. Let me move it up. Okay. All my dimensional covers. All right. And then put it right. And just hold it. Again, so it can soak in. There we go. And all you need is, sometimes I do this also with a triangle so that it works, but you don't need a ton of dimensionals. Oh, actually, I should have done it the opposite way because it's going to be on top of the balloon. I knew there was a reason I did it this way. Come on, gently up. And this one down here more. Up here it's going to be on the balloon, so there you go. Just like that. And that's how simple all these were to make. This is a great kit. If you haven't tried it yet, you should. It's fun, it's easy, and then you have a ton of extra elements that you can use for other cards. So I think this weekend I'll try and work on some other cards you can come up with for using those elements. Yeah, they're really cute. I love, and it all comes, you don't need to buy another stamp set. You don't need to buy anything else to go with it. It's really kind of cool. So now wait a minute here. I did have in my, I had a list of everybody who had shared yesterday, and I had pulled everything up, but I hadn't actually entered it onto, I'm looking all over. Let me set that up while you're looking at this. Let's see. Right here. And extras. This is going to bug me. Okay. Let me add these in so I can get this ready. All right, there we go. Get comments. Okay. Now, let's go back here. Let's pick a winner. The paper, last of the paper from the Golden Honey. Lori Fox. So go to my website, Lori, gggstamps.com, and go to the specials, and there's a drop-down menu for specials, and it says giveaways. Fill out the form, and I will send that right out to you. For tonight, we're going to do some Christmas in July. And here, let me do this on the other camera. There you go. These are some of the farmhouse elements from last year, but I think they're adorable. So I have a few of these, and I'm going to start giving these out tonight, starting tonight. So tonight, whoever is the winner for tomorrow night, I will send you out the Farmhouse Elements. So I hope you had a good time. We went through quite a bit on how these. Yay, Lori! So go and fill that out, and I hope you guys all had a good time. I can't tell you how much I enjoy the kits for so many reasons. One of them is they're easy to put together, and if you want to do some crafting and you don't have a whole lot of time, you can do it with friends because there's a lot to share in a kit, and you can all get together and make some cards or one of each. It's really kind of fun. But there are also lots of elements you can use for other things. So I hope you enjoyed tonight. I will be back again tomorrow night. Have a great evening, and keep stamping.